We all carry our past with us, right? It's
Yeah.
like sometimes it feels like this precious thing, and then other times it's like, oh man, this heavy burden. And today on the deep dive, we're going deep into Buddhist philosophy
hmm
and actually some pretty fascinating psychology too, to explore how to get free from that weight of yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. How do we let go of the past? That's what we're looking at today. Why we get stuck, and the even more important part, how to actually, like live fully right now. And we've got a really interesting mix of ancient wisdom and modern science for you today. So,
Imagine this, your past as a shadow, always there, kind of lurking. Sometimes it's huge and scary, sometimes it's barely there, but it's just a shadow, right?
right.
No real power unless you give it your energy. So our mission, I guess you could say today, is to learn how to step out of that shadow and into, well, the sunshine.
Absolutely. And to step out of the shadow, I think the first thing is to understand why it's even stuck to us in the first place.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that. So part one, the past as a shadow. This Buddhist idea, the illusion of permanence, it really made me think. We act like our feelings, our memories, even who we are like these solid, unchanging things. But it's that clinging to a fixed past that traps us in it. All those regrets, all those what ifs, and those old grudges, they just weigh us down.
And this illusion, it plays tricks on us. We think of memories like they're, I don't know, set in stone, like a perfect recording. But really, both Buddhism and psychology say that they're always being reshaped by what we're experiencing now. So we cling, and then that makes us replay those past hurts, and it creates this vicious cycle, causing us fresh pain in the present.
And the story of Sona, that monk, so powerful, right? He was just tormented by this past mistake, couldn't find any peace. And the Buddha, teaching with the salt and water, it's so simple but brilliant. Tiny cup, that's Sona's mind, fixated on the guilt. A little salt, the past makes the water undrinkable. But pour that same water into a huge river, poof, gone.
Exactly. So the point is that past pain, it's not just about the event itself, it's about the size of the container, like that clinging mind. But the present moment, when you really embrace it, that expands the container, dilutes the pain, like the salt in the river.
Totally. And in psychology, we call this replaying of the past rumination, which, it's like that hamster wheel of negative thoughts. And it's not just that it feels bad. The research shows it increases our stress, our anxiety, and it even makes it harder to solve problems we're facing right now. So we're not just revisiting old wounds, we're picking at the scabs, making them worse.
Right. And it goes back to this deep need our brains have for control. We go over and over the past trying to make sense of it, find a resolution, fix it somehow. But often it backfires, making those negative connections in our brain even stronger, harder to break free.
Okay. But Buddhism has this great idea, impermanence, or anicca. It's the opposite of that illusion of permanence we were talking about. Everything is changing all the time. Your thoughts, your feelings, even those super vivid memories, nothing stays the same.
And Annika, this Buddhist principle, it's not just an idea. Neuroscience actually shows that our memories and feelings are shifting all the time. So clinging to them, it just doesn't make sense. That anger, that regret you're carrying, it's not a solid block. It's like clouds, moving across the sky. It will shift, it will change.
I love that quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. It's about finding that groundedness, that steady place, even when, the storms of the past feel like they're all around.
That's it. Conscious breathing, it gives you space. You can see the emotion without being swept away.
Yeah.
You detach, and then it loses its power over you.
Which brings us to something you can actually do. A mindfulness exercise to let go of the past. It sounds simple, but our sources say it's powerful. Find a quiet place, get comfortable. Now picture your past as a dark, heavy cloud.
That cloud, it makes the past real, something you can see, and don't judge it. Just notice it. Say, okay, it's here. That's acceptance. Not saying what happened was okay, but recognizing it without letting it control you now.
Good. Now each time you breathe out, picture that cloud getting smaller, lighter, dissolving. You're breathing it out. And then gently bring your attention back to your breath, anchoring yourself in this moment.
Exactly. You're training your mind to let go bit by bit, to come back to what's real, what's here. You're rewiring your brain. And this isn't just some passive thing. You can use this right now to change how you relate to your past.
And we have to talk about forgiveness,
Right.
right? Forgiving yourself, forgiving others. It's not about saying that harmful things were okay. It's about freeing yourself from that resentment, the regret.
It's a huge difference. Forgiveness it's a gift you give yourself. It's cutting those ties to the pain so you can move on, unburdened.
So as we wrap up this first part, I have to ask, are you ready to stop dragging that shadow around? The present moment is here. It's alive, it's waiting for you. You just have to turn and face it.
And to really meet that present moment, we have to understand that everything changes, even our memories.
Okay, let's dive into part 2, impermanence. Everything changes, even your memories. We talked about a river flowing, always moving, never the same water twice, and that's our minds, right? Thoughts, memories, emotions, they're all flowing, transient. But we act like those memories are permanent, like they'll never change.
It's interesting. How we experience things, it's not always the truth. Memories feel so vivid, so unchanging, but they're not. Annika, impermanence, that's what Buddhism teaches, and neuroscience backs it up. They're fluid, dynamic, they change all the time.
And the story about Kisagotami, searching for those mustard seeds, oh, it's heartbreaking. She couldn't accept her son's death, so desperate for a cure, until the Buddha shows her that loss. It's not just her tragedy, it's everyone's. It's part of life, part of this impermanence.
And this idea of impermanence, it applies to the stories we tell ourselves about the past too. We create these narratives about who we are, what happened, why. But those stories, they change too, based on how we feel, how we see things now. And when we get that, we can let go of those fixed stories, the ones that might be holding us back.
It's kind of wild, but neuroscience actually shows us this. Memory, it's not a video recording. It's more like we're putting the pieces together every time we remember. And our mood, our biases, all that stuff, it affects how we remember. So the past, how we see it, it's been filtered, edited even.
That is so freeing. We don't have to be stuck with one rigid version of what happened. We can acknowledge it, learn from it, and then let our understanding evolve. We don't have to be defined by the past.
You know what I love? That analogy with kintsugi. It's this Japanese art. They repair broken pottery with gold. They don't hide the cracks. They make them beautiful. It's like those cracks make it stronger, more unique. And that's how we can see our past too. Not scars to hide, but golden seams. They made us who we are.
It changes everything. Instead of running from the hard stuff, we can see it as part of us, part of what makes us strong, makes us who we are.
And to connect with this impermanence, there's this great technique, river meditation. Remember that river metaphor? Okay, find some stillness, focus on your breath, then picture this gentle stream in front of you.
The point is to watch your thoughts and feelings like leaves floating on the river. Don't grab them, don't judge them, just notice them, see them come, see them go.
And when you name them, like, oh, this is sadness or this is regret, it creates space, right? You remember they're temporary, not who you are. And when your mind wanders, which it will, gently bring it back to that steady river.
You do this, and you get better at watching your thoughts and feelings without getting tangled up in them. You can see those memories without being overwhelmed.
Now, this is connected to effective forecasting. It's something psychologists study. Research from Harvard and other places shows that we're terrible at predicting how long something, good or bad, will affect us emotionally. We think we'll be crushed for years or overjoyed for years, but we tend to go back to our normal emotional state way faster.
It shows how impermanent our emotions are. That pain you feel, that joy, it will change. Knowing this can make us less afraid of the hard stuff and less attached to the good stuff, when it comes along.
So it's like impermanence, it's a two-sided coin, right? It's comforting to know that suffering won't last forever, but it's also, a reminder that joy is fleeting.
Exactly. So it's about being present with whatever comes up, the good and the bad, knowing that neither will last. We can appreciate the good more fully, and we can go through the hard times with more strength, more acceptance.
And this is where gratitude comes in. Not ignoring the hard stuff or clinging to the good stuff. It's about finding meaning and appreciation in this moment because you understand it won't last. It's like turning regret into wisdom.
Gratitude, it lets us see the value in everything, even the painful stuff. We focus on what we learned, how we grew. We go from feeling like a victim to feeling empowered.
There's great exercise for this. Think of 3 big things from your past. 1 challenging, 1 joyful, 1 neutral. Now for each one, what did you learn? Write down a little note of gratitude for each lesson. You're actively changing how you relate to your own history.
It's not just remembering, it's engaging with the past to grow, to appreciate. It's finding those hidden gifts in the good times and the bad, and seeing how they made you who you are.
As we finish this part on impermanence, I keep picturing that river. You, the listener, are on it. The past is the current. You can cling to every piece of debris, let it weigh you down, or you can learn to navigate, steer towards calmer waters. That constant flow, that's impermanence, and understanding it is a gift. And remember, this too shall pass. It can really ground you in the midst of all that change.
Beautifully put. Now, how about we explore karma? It can teach us even more about the past and, even more important, how we can shape our future, starting right now.
Perfect. Okay, part 3, Karma and freedom of choice. Picture this. You're at a crossroads, and there are footprints behind you. That's your past, no denying it. But it doesn't mean you have to stay on the same path, and that's where karma comes in. It's power.
The big thing to remember about karma is that it's not fate, not some cosmic system of reward and punishment. It's cause and effect. What we did in the past, sure, it shapes things now, but it doesn't mean our future is set in stone. We always have the power to choose how we respond, what we do right now.
Exactly. We tend to think of karma as just punishment or reward, but it's really about the seeds we plant with our actions. Are the seeds of kindness, awareness, compassion, or negativity, ignorance, harm? Whatever we plant, it grows. The power is in knowing this, taking responsibility, and understanding that we can always change.
The story of Angalimala, it shows us this so well. His past was full of violence, symbolized by that necklace of fingers he wore. But he met the Buddha, committed to change, and completely turned his life around. Achieved enlightenment, in fact.
The Buddha told him, "I have already stopped. It is you who must stop." So insightful, right? Real change comes from within, from stopping the harmful stuff and cultivating the good stuff. And Angalimala becoming enlightened, it proves that even a really messed up past doesn't have to stop you from finding peace, freedom. Like the Buddha said, you are the architect of your own life.
This connects to self-efficacy. It's a psychology term. It means believing you can make a difference, that you can shape your life. And when you combine that with karma, understanding that your actions matter, it's empowering. You're not just a product of your past, you're an active creator of your future.
So how do we use this to actually grow? Our sources gave us a great framework. First, reflect on your seeds. Look at your habits, how you think, how you talk, how you act. Ask yourself, what kind of seeds am I planting? Like getting angry or defensive when stressed. That's a seed we might want to be more aware of.
That's it. Mindful self-reflection. It's seeing those automatic patterns that might be causing the cycles we want to break. We got to see those seeds to change them.
Then plant new seeds. Focus on building good habits, what Buddhists call bhavana. It's about cultivating your mind. Nurture gratitude, kindness, generosity, mindfulness. It's knowing that even small actions, done consistently with good intentions, can create huge ripples of positivity.
Consistency is key, like tending a garden. These good qualities, they need care, they need attention. Little by little, over time, they'll bloom.
Next step, water the right seeds. Be intentional about nurturing the good stuff you're trying to grow, like calmness, courage, generosity. Visualize it even.
Visualizing, it's powerful. You mentally rehearse these qualities, really see yourself embodying them, and it actually strengthens those pathways in your brain, making them more accessible.
And finally, accept the harvest. Understand that things take time. Be patient, trust the process. Don't see challenges as failures, see them as learning opportunities.
Karma unfolds over time, we can't rush it. We need patience, persistence, and challenges, they're not bad. They're feedback, they're chances to learn and grow.
Remember that crossroads, the easy, well-worn path and the harder uphill path. The harder path, it takes more effort, but it leads to greater rewards. Strength, resilience, wisdom.
It reminds us that real growth often happens outside our comfort zone. Avoiding the hard stuff might feel good now, but it keeps us from reaching our full potential.
And that Buddhist idea, the middle way, it fits perfectly here. It's balance, no extremes. Taking responsibility without beating yourself up, striving for growth without being obsessed with results.
The middle way, it's a sustainable, compassionate way to live. It's about finding that balance between overindulging and denying yourself. It's about steady, mindful progress towards what matters.
One thing that gets confused a lot is that focusing on karma means dwelling on the past. But the sources were clear about the difference between mindful reflection, learning from the past to move forward wisely, and rumination, getting stuck in the past.
It comes down to why you're looking back. Mindful reflection, it's about gaining insight to make better choices now. Rumination, it keeps you chained to the past, stopping you from living fully in the present.
Like the mind is a garden, right? Those weeds, the negative thoughts and feelings from the past, they gotta go so the good stuff can grow.
And self-forgiveness, it's like weeding that garden. You admit your mistakes with compassion, you accept that you're not perfect, you let go of the guilt, and you focus on what you learned. It's clearing space for healing, for growth.
I love this karmic compass exercise.
Yeah.
You decide who you want to be, what impact you want to have. Imagine yourself walking confidently, living that way. Then choose one thing you can do today to embody that intention. Review, adjust, keep going.
It's a way to align your actions with your values, your goals. Taking control, choosing your path, and becoming the person you want to be, making the difference you want to make.
As we wrap up this deep dive into karma and freedom of choice, the message is clear. The past shaped you, but it doesn't define you. It's a teacher, full of lessons. And like Angulimala, we can always choose a new path, consciously, and rewrite our story.
That's karma. It's not about being stuck, it's about agency. The power to change, starting right now.
So as we finish, remember this. Your past is part of you, but it doesn't get the final say. And Buddhist philosophy gives us these amazing tools to understand and let go of that past.
We explored the illusion of permanence, the power of the present moment. We talked about impermanence, how everything changes, even our memories. And we looked at karma, how our choices matter, how we can shape our future.
One last thought for you. Think about one seed you're planting today in the garden of your life. What future are you creating with that one action?
May you find peace and freedom as you let go and embrace the possibilities of this present moment.
Keep growing, keep exploring, keep discovering yourself. And remember the freedom that comes with letting go of the past. Until next time.